Alright, I'm back again for another video. I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the things that I love to do, and that's cooking. Mainly this goes out to the younger generation, maybe the young parents. Um, Here's one thing that I've found over the years. It's made it a lot easier for, well, my wife and I. Like when you cook up hamburger for like spaghetti or whatever, tacos, whatever you want to cook it for, and it's loose meat, cook up more. Like you're cooking up a pound for you for that night, for you and your family or friends. Cook up another pound or two, and you can freeze it and put it away for another time. Makes life a little easier. Like my wife and I, we cook up. I think I cooked up 10 pounds the last time I cooked it up, and it's made it a lot easier. You can use it for anything, maid rights, whatever. Yeah, I know I say whatever a lot. But any other thing, you can do it with a lot of things. You make a soup, freeze the leftovers, anything. Another thing, if you cook up a bunch of chicken, like chicken breasts, slice them up thin, par cook them, or cook them fully, put them in the freezer. Save yourself time, save yourself effort. And, sometimes people say, oh, it's not fresh. Well, when you're struggling and even if you don't have a lot of money, the way you can do that is then you already have the food. Then you can just throw it in the microwave or thaw it out, throw it in a frying pan or boil it in water, whatever. But then you've always got food on hand that's already cooked. You just take it out, use it, and you're done. I'm not going to do any cooking videos at this time until I get a better camera. Right now, all I've got is this webcam. And as you can tell, I'm a bigger guy. I love food. But I found those things to be a lot easier. Another thing you can do, freeze vegetables like green peppers, onions, throw them in a baggie, throw them in the freezer. Then you can put like fajita some night with hamburger or with the chicken you've already frozen. You take it all out, you thaw it out, throw it in a frying pan, throw your seasonings in, and you got another meal. It's just as simple as that. And another thing for you young cooks out there, don't be afraid to try new things. Play with your spices, play with your tastes. You'll be surprised on how good things can taste. One of my main three go-to items is salt, pepper, and garlic. That's my main three. I use it constantly in everything I use. I love my garlic. I love fresh garlic better. But if you can't get it, or you don't know how to process it, garlic powder is just as good. Or garlic, salt, whatever. But please, instead of being boring, try new things. People don't even use salt, don't use pepper. You'll be surprised if you use a little bit of those, how much more flavor you can get out of the meal. Another thing, don't be afraid to experiment with food. Throw a little of this, throw a little of that in. I've come to the conclusion it only tastes bad if you don't try it. And sometimes that don't sound good together, can actually turn out to be very, very good together. One night I didn't have a lot of money. I had a pound of hamburger, or not even a pound of hamburger. I had a half pound of hamburger. I had some rice, and had some cream of mushroom soup. I threw it all together and made a meal out of it. Might sound a little strange, but it's actually rather tasty. Another thing you can do is if you have some pasta just sitting around, throw the cream of mushroom soup with some hamburger or some beef or chicken or turkey. Throw it in there and mix it all together. It might not be the prettiest looking food, you could say, but it'll give you what you need. It'll give you some sustenance, especially if you don't have a lot of money or even in time of anything. Sometimes you just got to make do with what you got. Yeah, sure, I'd love to go out and cook a steak every night on the grill or pork chops or ribs, but you just can't do it. And those who love steak, I'm sure there's a ton of you out there. I don't know what your preference is in a cut of steak, but I prefer the ribeye with a little bit of marbling. To me, that's the best cut. Some will argue, say, oh, T-bone or porterhouse or anything like that. Not me, but that's my personal opinion. My also personal opinion, after all the years that I've cooked, is cooking a T-bone or a porterhouse. You almost need to put it on a flat grill or in a frying pan, due to the fact that the bone and the meat get it around the bone get a lot more done faster than the rest of the meat, and that's because the bone emits the heat, and the bone gets really hot when you put it on a char grill or a gas grill, whatever you want to use. But that's what I found. I might be wrong, but that's what I thought, and that's what I was told a long time ago when I was cooking in a restaurant. That don't put it on the char grill because the bone gets hotter. But I might be wrong. I don't know. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I admit that I don't know everything. But um, another thing, you don't need the best things. You don't need the best knives. You don't need the best cookware to do these things. A lot of people, I prefer cast iron skillets over a lot of things. But I've been cooking a lot of years, and my cast iron is well seasoned. And for the love of God, people, if you use cast iron, don't scrub them. Just wipe it out, put a little coat of oil on it, put it back in the cupboard. People that take it and dump it in that soapy water and scrub it just make me cringe. Kind of like you knife guys out there. When somebody takes it across a piece of steel, I mean a steel, or not a steel, but something really hard that'll dull the crap out of the knife and just kill the knife. And then you have to resharpen it and whatnot. It's kind of the same way for me when somebody does that with a cast iron skillet, and I've seen it so many times. Um, so your knives, you can go to Walmart, pick up a cheap set of knives. You can do almost everything that you see the cooks on TV doing. Now, maybe they've got money, and they can buy like Wusthof and some of those bigger names, and the bigger, higher quality, you can say. But you can do the same things with anything. But like I said, just try things. Don't be discouraged if it messes up. Try it again. That's about all I can really say about that. But yeah, that sounds pretty good because everybody. Oh, and then there's those people that say, "Oh, I can't cook." Have you tried? That's the main thing. Have you really tried? I don't follow recipes unless I have to. I make my own recipe. I go as I need it. I go by flavor. I go by what I like. Just put it together and be happy. Another thing, for you gentlemen that don't think, oh, cooking sucks, try it. You might enjoy it. And some that, oh, that's a woman's job. Not anymore. And if you look around in all the restaurants, big name restaurants, 90% of the time, there's a man back there in that kitchen, not a female. Just some words for thought for you gentlemen and women out there. Make it a little easier on life. Make more, freeze it. That's about all I can say. Thank you.